I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. Like a black moon, I rise when the night falls. When the night falls, the mic calls, so listen, it's the ultraviolet rays that keep me rising on the mission.
What up, Hype Beast? Welcome to Exceed the Hype. Time to hop into beast mode because it's grind time. Alright, today's video is about the conference finals, both the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. Alright, I'm going to talk about both series. Alright, so starting with the West, because we all know that's going to be the best series, the Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors. The reason this series is going to be the best series is because it's two of the best teams in the NBA this year. We have the Warriors, who are the defending champions, who've won 2 out of the last 3, with Cleveland jumping in there and getting that 2016 championship, versus the team that's the best this year, a Rockets team that's won over 60 games this season, who added Chris Paul, who formed a trio of Chris Paul, James Harden, and Clint Capella, and then also with Eric Gordon coming off the bench, who have been dominant this season, absolutely dominant this season in the NBA. All right, so you got two juggernauts going against each other. It is my personal opinion that the Houston Rockets will take this series in 6 games, and this is why. Let's talk about one key. Golden State's strategy, their strategy in basketball defensively, is to be able to switch whatever the matchup is. They have 5 guys who can supposedly guard every position. So no matter where you set the screen or whatever, you switch that man and you're left with the ball facing the defender who can adequately defend. That's the concept that Golden State plays. They want to switch everything because they can guard you on all your switches. Well, that type of a strategy plays right into Houston basketball, because what does that do if you can always switch? You end up trying to find the best matchup for your team against their weaker defender, and you end up isoing that matchup over and over and over again. Okay, usually teams that do that, they fall into that trap and they get out of their normal stuff that they're running, their normal sets, and they end up playing a style of basketball that they're not necessarily comfortable with. Well, the Houston Rockets are not only comfortable with this style of basketball, it's what they prefer. They've led the league in isolation sets this season, and they were probably amongst the leaders last season. This is what they do. This is what James Harden is, bar none, the best ISO player in the league. I know you got people like Kyrie. I know you got people like other great ISO players, but think about that. As great as those guys are, James Harden is better at that particular skill set. Hey, getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line, taking step back jumpers. He has so many tools for that scenario. All right. So Golden State's strategy in basketball actually plays right in to what the Houston Rockets would prefer to do. All right, that's one key as to why the Rockets are going to take this series in 6 games. Houston also has the Capella edge. They have a big man, a center, who Golden State cannot exploit. Another thing Golden State is great at, if you have a big man, if you have somebody who will kill Golden State on the boards or kill them with inside scoring, they play them off the floor. Because, okay, you may get 2 down here, but you can't guard Draymond on the 3-point line on our side. You can't guard our big guys, and we're gonna light you up for more than you can exploit us. And that's how they go at it. That's their attitude when you have a big on the floor. Well, Clint Capella is not that type of big. He's not somebody who is going to necessarily be able to be played off the floor. Why? He's excellent at guarding smaller players on the perimeter. Now, I wouldn't say he can do it the whole game. He could take on a matchup like that. But if you try to guard him with Kevin Durant or Draymond Green, he's going to exploit them badly on the offensive end. And then if you try to switch him on Steph Curry, it's not going to be that bad. Steph Curry will get his Gobert moments where he's spinning people around or whatever. But overall, the damage of having Capella switch out to Steph Curry, as he's proved all year, is not going to be that bad, because he's been able to slide his feet and stay with the guards. Another thing is, Steph Curry is not a fully 100%. And we saw what Tristan Thompson did to him in the finals in 2016 when he wasn't 100%. Clint Capella can do that. He can guard whoever is necessary on the perimeter for, possessions or whatever, the damage won't be that bad. And that's one key thing that Golden State does. They're not going to be able to play Clint Capella off the court, and that's a big deal. Houston just has the athletes to match up with Golden State. Draymond Green is somebody else who causes problems because of his ability to run the offense and also guard bigs. So he basically plays like a point power forward, point center a lot of the time for the Golden State Warriors. The Houston Rockets have guys that can guard Draymond wherever he is on the court. You have somebody like PJ Tucker, who's a tough-nosed, tough defender, who's about the same size as Draymond Green. Draymond Green is going to have to step out and guard him on the perimeter. It's going to make Draymond a little bit more uncomfortable. You have people like Luke Maabute. Sorry if I say his name wrong. He's somebody, he won't stop Kevin Durant, but he's somebody who can do an admirable job. You have people like Trevor Ariza, who has a career of being a solid to good defender. He has some size on him. He's about 6'8". He's not as big as Kevin Durant, but he's somebody who can find something that works against Kevin Durant and keep going to it to try to make it difficult for Kevin Durant. These are all players who are athletic enough to stick with the Golden State front court. Another key to this game is that we're going to be watching the prototype versus the beta version of a product. We all know this style of basketball started, well, even though there's rumors that Mike D'Antoni stole it over from other coaches who were doing that type of basketball, the 7 seconds or less overseas. He was the one who did it in the NBA first when everybody said it would never work. All right, so that's what I'll leave it at. It's like watching that prototype versus a beta version. Years later, people took that system, the scheme or whatever, and tried to build upon it, right? And now we have a Golden State team that plays pace and space, which is a derivative of that type of 7 seconds or less basketball. Sometimes they take bad shots. They try to score quickly. They put a lot of points on a board. Okay? It's like the beta versus the prototype. Now, a lot of people may say, well, the beta is obviously going to be better. Well, is it? Can somebody who just improved, who may not have built a product from, the beginning, they just tried to add, little bells and whistles to that product, are they a better inventor than the actual inventor? I don't know. That's the thing. We get to actually see it play out, the beta versus the prototype. I think D'Antoni has some tricks under his sleeve for the Kerr and the Warriors. We'll see what they can come up with. But those are keys to why I think the Houston Rockets will win this series in 6 games, okay? Let's talk about, for 1 second, the Boston Celtics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I personally think this is going to be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the reason why is, number one, the Celtics are not healthy, man. I really don't see how a team... Remember, Boston played Cleveland last year. They had Isaiah Thomas, even though this year proved that Isaiah Thomas wasn't what he appeared to be last year. They had Avery Bradley, who was still a top guard defender in the NBA. Jay Crowder was still a very good defender, perimeter defender last year, and he also was shot very well from the perimeter on spot-up shots, and along with Al Horford. Keep in mind, Jaylen Brown was on the roster. You can make a case that he wasn't as good as he was this year, but he had trouble even getting minutes from Jay Crowder the whole season. Terry Rozier was on the roster. Now he had moments in that series last year. As I do understand, these guys got better. These are young guys, they got better. But in one off season, these guys are gonna go from playing a little bit and helping out a little bit to beating the Cavaliers. I just don't take that jump that seriously. Jason Tatum is a rookie. Now, he's played absolutely great these playoffs or whatever, but he's a rookie. I just don't think the Celtics, personally, I think the Celtics need another year before they'll make it before they can beat LeBron or have a really, really good series with LeBron. I think it's going to be another year. I don't even think it's going to be next year. I think they need another year together, figuring stuff out, healthy, and then maybe we'll see in 2019 or whatever the case may be. But we will see. But as for this team now, Terry Rozier, even though he's playing outstanding basketball, he's not going to be enough. Jaylen Brown is injured with his hamstring. He's not going to be enough. He still has to grow. There's still a lot of stuff the Cavs will exploit about him. And Jason Tatum, he's a rookie. He's just bound to have a bad series, and this is probably going to be it. Al Horford, offensively, he's not at this stage of his career, and probably ever, he's not gifted enough offensively to carry a team through a series. Come on, plus he's going to have his hands full with Kevin Love down there playing the way he's playing. I just don't really think the Celtics have any kind of real shot in this series. I think this will be a 4-game series. They have less talent than the Raptors did. This will be a 4 or 5 game series. The Celtics may get 1 game, but I think this will be a quick series. I think Cleveland will be out there resting in the East Coast, waiting for the winner of a 7-game series, Houston and Golden State Warriors. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you think Celtics got a better chance than I'm giving them, let me know. If you think the Golden State will kill Houston, let me know down in the comment section. As always, subscribe because we got videos coming. It's grind time and we in beast mode all summer long. No more classes for a little while. We got time to record these videos. So uploads coming with a quickness. All right. Let me know what you think down below. All right. See you next time.